Hi everyone, in this video I'm gonna talk about immigration and what to expect when you move overseas. A few weeks ago I became an Australian citizen. I moved to Australia almost 6 years ago from Ukraine, which is Eastern Europe, and it was a big event for me. So I decided to record this video and talk about things like immigration, what you should expect when you move abroad, all the difficulties and some surprises you might encounter when you move to other country. There were many difficulties, roadblocks, and just many things that I wasn't expecting when I moved here. I wish I knew more about this before moving overseas. So I decided to make a video about things I wish I knew before moving to the other country. So it may help you to avoid disappointment if you decided this. So if you're interested in immigration and want to know more about this topic, please continue watching. So despite the stuff I'm gonna talk about is mostly negative, it is only my experience and experience of the people I talk to. And in most cases, these are just temporary difficulties. It may not happen to you at all, but it's always good to be prepared and make a big thing like immigration less stressful. Point number one, I want to talk about language. Yeah, I know it may sound very obvious, but so many people, including myself, were thinking, oh, if one day I could move overseas, I would learn language straight away because I will be in this environment. I will be surrounded by native speakers. It will be much easier rather than learning language at home. What's the point of learning English or other language now? Once I move there, then I will start learning. That was also what I was thinking. And many people told me the same thing. Don't get me wrong. It is one of the best ways to learn language, to dive in the environment where people speak this language. But it is very stressful and it is time consuming. When you move overseas, you're already stressed because you need to find a job, you need to find an apartment, you need to connect utilities, you need to buy a car, and so many things. Add to this your lack of language and you will be shocked. When you don't understand people and people don't understand you, it is really hard to stay motivated and stay positive. So I wish that 6 years ago, people around me stopped telling me, don't worry about English, you will learn it once you get there. I wish people told me, learn as much as you can. Be prepared now as much as you can. In this case, it will be much easier for you once you move there. Point number two, lifestyle. Look, point number one, language. Without a proper language, it will be very difficult to hire a good job. And you will be forced to do some low-end jobs, such as cleaning, dishwashing, etc. And people who find good jobs straight after moving to the other country are those with good language skills. Even with good English or any other language your country speaks, it is quite difficult to find a local job. Without local experience, it is not easy to find the same level of position that you used to have back in your home country. So, in some cases, you should be ready to downsize your lifestyle. Your lifestyle may change a bit. That's something I knew would expect me, but I know a lot of people got really depressed and disappointed when they couldn't get the same position they used to have and they couldn't find the job they wanted so easily. I know people who had to switch from designer clothing and furniture to Target and second-hand stores. I know people who had to do the job they never would expect they will be doing. So my recommendation to all those who are planning to move to the other country, to be ready and don't get frustrated first few months or years, depending on your situation, of course. You may not be able to maintain the same level of lifestyle as you used to have, but in most cases it's just a temporary thing. And learn English or whatever language you need to learn so you can get a good job straight after arrival and be able to maintain your lifestyle. Point number three, friends. When you move overseas, you probably already have a couple of best friends that left in your home country. And you might be thinking that you will be able to keep in touch and still maintain that level of friendship. If this happened to you and you were able to keep your friendship once you moved to the other country, this is very cool and I'm really jealous. Because my own experience and experience of people I talk to, it's not that optimistic, unfortunately. The big chance is over the years you will have less things in common and you will be less closed. The time difference and difference in the lifestyle will affect how often you will be able to communicate with each other. All this happens mainly because you won't be a part of all the big events that happen in their life. For example, getting married or having first kid. I missed all these events for all of my best friends, and it is frustrating. Of course, some of your friends will remain and you will continue to be in touch, but you have to be ready that with some of the friends you will stop having that connection you used to have in the past. And that's normal. You will have more friends in your country. Point number 4, family. Following my previous point about friends, being away from your loved ones, it's very hard. And it stops so many people from even thinking about immigration. If you used to visit your family every weekend, having them around for every big holiday, most likely you will be very homesick when you move to the other country, especially if you move to the country which is too far away from the rest of the world, like Australia. If you have kids or you're planning to have ones, you need to understand that it is not an easy to not have your grandparents around, because back in your home country, you have the help of your grandparents, you have the help of your aunties, you have the help of your friends. You won't have that level of support in the new country. I know, all of the stuff I mentioned, it's very negative, but in most cases it's just temporary issues, and at the end, it's all worth it. I will definitely make a video about all of the good stuff that happening to you when you move overseas, and why I think every person should have experience of living overseas at least 1 year. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.